If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you all to this new lecture in GATE EM theory series. So today again we will be solving 5 questions starting from question number 41 to up to 45. Okay, then let's try to solve these questions. Okay, if you come to question number 41, what they are asking here, the line integral of the vector potential, it can be magnetic. Vector potential A around the boundary of the surface S is represented by. So the line integral of a vector potential, if you take a line integral A dot dl around a closed surface, so boundary of the surface S, suppose this is S and the boundary is this one, so you are moving along this boundary line integral. So what is your Stokes theorem? You can remember this is your boundary. So what was the how I told you to remember all these formulas? Instead of looking around boundary, if you look around the whole surfaces, then you have to give one more integration, like your class 12. Instead of solving at a and b, integration fx dx was fb minus fa. So it was 2 boundary point. If you do at the boundary point, then it's okay. If you want to do entire line along this line dx, then you have to do the integration one more time. So that's why it becomes a surface integral around the closed surface, and it is curl of that, because Stokes theorem is related to your rotation. I have told you Stokes theorem is rotated and it is obviously given by your curl. Curl will give you the rotation. So in the magnetic potential, so that's why it is coming in magnetic, you will find these rotations concepts will come. So this is nothing but, that is the flux density, magnetic flux density that is coming, that is in the surface of in this surface. Now how much flux will come out of that depends on the material itself. Whatever material you are using, on that basis it will depend. So it is the flux density, that is your option B, not that flux density. So that is option B, that is the flux density that is coming out, that is in the surface, and how much flux will come out of that through the surface, that depends on the material. So this is from the Stokes theorem. So you can recall it, all these theorems, with just linking one another. Same type of thing we have done in Gauss divergence theorem also, for that D and E. You can check, I think, question number 23. So you can mix all these formulas and remember it in a sequence, so that it doesn't get problematic for you. So these theorems you should be, if you are moving along a line, then you will go to surface. If you are moving along the surface, then you will go to volume. So that's why electric flux coming out of that closed was the Gauss law, was the charge inside that volume. So that you can remember in that way. Now if you come to, so this is option B. So static magnetic field induced currents in a closed conducting loops. That it is false, because static for EMF generation you need a rate of change of flux, that is d phi by dt. If it is static, then d phi by dt is 0, then induced EMF is 0. If EMF is 0, then no current will flow. So it is false. Now if you come to 43, the energy stored in the magnetic field of solenoid this where carrying a current of this. So it is a magnetic solenoid, means it will have inductance, and energy is half Li square. I is given. So if you calculate L, what is the formula for L? It is mu 0 n square A by L. What is mu 0? It is 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. N is number of turns, that is given 1000. So 1000 square into area is given, because it is a solenoid. So diameter is given. So it is pi r square. So it is pi into r is 3 divided by 2, that is 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 2. So pi r square, that is your area, divided by length of this is 30 centimeter, 30 into 10 to the power minus 2. So if you do this one, you will find it is 2.960 into 10 to the power minus 3 Henry. So once you know this one, you can find energy anytime, that is half Li square. So half into L, you got it already there, and I is equal to 10 square. If you put all these things, you will find your energy is coming 0.148, that is approximately equal to 0.15 joule. That is your option B. 44. The laws of electromagnetic induction, Faraday's law and Lenz's law, can be summarized as, so E is equal to d phi by dt, generally we know, and d phi by dt, so it is nothing but psi. Psi is also known as, that is flux line. So it is d psi by dt, and this minus sign is for the Lenz's law, that the Lenz's law is the mother killer. It will kill the source from which it is generated. So the sign is negative of that change, so that it will kill that change. So it is E is equal to minus d phi by dt. That is your option C. 44. So if you come to 45, two parallel wires separated by a distance carrying a current I in the same direction. Magnetic field along the line parallel to these wire and the midway between them. So you have a one conductor and you have another conductor. So you want to find that midway. So because your current is moving this way, so if you look at around it, what is the magnetic field? Its magnetic field is in this way. It is moving in this way. And here also it will move in this way. So this is the magnetic field around it. It is going and it is coming back. So if you come to this side, if you take, this is the magnetic field, there will be lots of concyclic circles. So if some circle will go through this, so this is the magnetic field it will experience due to this current this way. Similarly, it will experience this magnetic field due to this way, and here it is coming in this way. So you can see these two are contradicting at this point. It will get magnetic field this way, and here it will get magnetic field this way. So one will this way, one is this way. So net magnetic field is 0. So it will experience a magnetic field which is 0. That is your option B.
If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.